Guys, guys, the Muslims are definitely praying right now. They are on their knees and they are praying. But it ain't eat to the east and it ain't to Magula. It is to the west, and it clearly is to President Donald J. Trump, who has, for all intents and purposes, got these guys to sign to agree to sign what I'm gonna call the most humiliating nuclear deal in the history of Iran, the world, any country of note. Because these guys basically lost their entire political apparatus. They lost their Navy, they lost their Air Force, they lost a bunch of lives, a bunch of soldiers, they lost all their missiles, most of their drones, and all this stuff to basically get nothing in this deal. If they sign this deal on June 19th in Sweden, I think that's where they're going to do this. If they sign this deal, bro, to put it in the terms that black folks use, they got hold, bro. They got hold, bro. You did all that, talked all that shit to agree to this? There's no more. I don't want to hear it. I no longer want to hear it. All of the doomers, all of the black pill douchebags on my Facebook. I don't know why I'm still on Facebook. I'm aging myself. I don't want to hear it. You guys told me if Trump touch Iran, China and Russia gonna come together and they gonna whoop feet. Didn't happen. If Trump do this and that, China, Russia, Iran, they gonna be the new Axis. It's gonna be World War III. We're not in World War III. If Trump goes after Iran, it's gonna collapse the United States economy. Bro, I paid like $1.50 more for gas. Trump did in 107 days what no president could do in all these decades. I don't want to hear it anymore. Bro is OP. He's running shit. He's the master of the deal and the greatest president in the history of this country since George Washington, who braved freezing winters, crossed the Delaware in the dead of night under a shroud of sleet and snow, and was cornered by the British and ran and sat outside. He was rich and he sat outside with a bunch of troops whose feet was rotting off and had distemper. That is the only effort I could honestly say is going to trump, no pun intended, Trump's efforts here. Iran has agreed to sign a humiliating nuclear deal, and I am going to go over it with you, or at least the 5 most important aspects of it. Then we're going to review or react to, you call it whatever, a video that outlines the difference between the JCPOA deal that Obama signed, which was basically allowing Iran to keep growing their nuclear program to the point where they could develop weapons, and what Trump has secured here today. You could disagree with me. I don't care. Call me delusional. I don't care. Everything the people who disagree with me have said has turned out to be an absolute lie. So it doesn't matter. Oh, they say, you're on the wrong side of history. Well, history's proven me right. The history that's being made now, as opposed to the fake history, the pseudo-historical talking points that these people use because they have Trump derangement syndrome and don't want to admit that this guy is killing it, okay? That's it. So we're going to get to the breakdown of this whole thing. And like, share, subscribe as you come in. Welcome back to accountability. Welcome back to honesty. Truth, no spin on it, just straight up facts, no emotions injected into this, just me telling you what it is and what it ain't, and so you can have some mental fortification, intellectual fortification against the haters and the dummies who lead with emotion. So here we go. What are the 5 most important things? Well, let's talk about the first thing. So what Iran wants here to sign this humiliating agreement, first and foremost, is they want an immediate halt to the fighting altogether, including in Lebanon. Iran has agreed, and the United States has agreed, that the moment the document is signed on June 19th, military operations on all fronts are permanently terminated. Most crucially, the text explicitly names Lebanon, which effectively requires not only the U.S. to reign in Israel, so we'll see who's in charge there, and it also requires Iran to rein in their terrorist proxy, Hezbollah. U.S. officials have made it clear, though, that Israel, if attacked by Hezbollah. Did I say Hamas? Hezbollah. U.S. officials have made it clear that if Israel is attacked first by Hezbollah, they retain the right to strike back. And the U.S. also has agreed to completely dismantle its naval blockade of the Iranian ports within 30 days of the agreement being signed, only if Iran lives up to its agreement that it has made, the things it's agreed to do within the first 30 days. So the United States doesn't have to do anything until Iran, hold on, I got like coffee on my screen or something. The United States doesn't have to do anything at all until Iran starts doing or does what they agreed to do first. That's major, because we are going by, show me. It ain't no we gonna do it and then y'all gonna walk back on y'all agreement. This is what Iran has done to presidents in the past. They agree to something, and then when you give what you offer, they say, "Oh, you know what? We're not going to do that," and they find some bullcrap reason to back out of the deal. Now let's go to this one. This is the most humiliating aspect of this entire deal. I'm talking about they're going to have to pray to the Kaaba even harder after this one. I have to say, if I was Allah, I would be displeased with this, right? A bunch of people who will say they're ready to die, they're ready to take it to the casket, dog. That's what they say. That's what they say. But is that what they do? Because at this moment, if this agreement is signed on June 19th, Iran has conceded that its current stockpile of enriched uranium will be destroyed. It will be destroyed. They've agreed to that. They agreed that they're going to destroy their current stockpile. It will be inspected by the IAEA, or whatever it's called, the international body that oversees nuclear enrichment all over the world. This process is going to happen under the direct supervision of the UN's International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA. So they're going to have somebody looking over their shoulder, making sure that they are getting rid of this uranium through downblending the way that they agreed. I mean, why did you even go through everything you went through only to then agree to do exactly what the United States was asking you to do? In my opinion, it kind of just seems like a waste of life at this point. We lost 13. You know what I'm saying? We spent some billions. We paid $1.50 more for gas for 107 days. But dude, these guys lost like so many people. They lost their entire government, basically. Military, gone. Navy, gone. Majority of their missile stockpile, gone. Drones, gone. Nothing left that could be used to actually fight any effective war. Even they would lose to Nigeria at this point. Right? So what was the point of all that? What was the point of it? You held out for 107 days, got exposed. China got exposed. Russia got exposed. You basically let the world know that you got no answer to the United States in military aggression on their part against you. For what? To end up doing exactly what they wanted you to do anyway? These people are not very bright. The IQs in those places aren't very high. And it shows in this type of situation. They talked all that, as we call in the hood, yin yang, only to bend over and take it anyway. You might as well just got out the Vaseline yourself and let Trump have his way with you. What was the point of all this death? The leader, he been boom, 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 boom. All they saying he got one arm, one leg. They saying, bro, walking around like Darth Vader over there. They said, bro, lips got burnt off. Was this really worth losing your lips? You'll never kiss again. You'll never kiss again. Courtesy of Donald J. Trump. So they've agreed to the destruction of enriched uranium stockpiles. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. And that right there is the crux of it. Why did Trump start the war? To ensure Iran would never gain a nuclear weapon, at least while he's president, at least in the near future, right? We don't know what the Democrats are going to do. That's mission accomplished. That's mission accomplished. I don't know. It don't matter how you look at it, spin it, you could turn it around like a Rubik's Cube. That is mission accomplished. If mission accomplished if there was ever a mission that was accomplished. So what are all the doomers and, oh my God, this is for Israel, this is da-da-da. It's like, isn't it crazy how Israel doesn't want to stop the campaign, but the minute Iran capitulated to the demands of the United States, isn't it crazy how all aggression on the behalf of the United States is about to stop? Guys, we can't make simple things hard. You can't do what you're doing in the Carmelo Anthony case, where you're doing mental gymnastics to justify a position that's totally wrong. Trump got them to agree to dismantle the nuclear, destroy the enriched uranium. Soon as they did it, Trump's like, cool, bet, let's do it, let's sign. It's not our fault that they wanted to be hard-headed and disagreeable and stubborn, and we had to soften them up with a few supersonic rib shots. That's not our fault. And you could say whatever you want to, but this is the way that you run the country and really geopolitically control the world. And if you don't understand it, or if you can't grasp it, you probably don't control anything. You probably one of these dudes on the internet crying because no woman wants to submit to you because you acting like more of a hoe than she is, and she sees that. She sees straight through you. See, in this world, one of my good friends always said to me, he said, Conrad, look, he's a socialist. He said, look, the weak outnumber the strong. Strong men make easy times, right? Weak men, which in easy times make weak men. Weak men make hard times. You remember, that saying, right? Strong men make easy times. Easy times make weak men. Weak men make hard times, right? That's exactly what we're dealing with. We're in that phase where the strong man has to do what he has to do, which will basically lead to easier times. And unfortunately, that is always followed up by the weak men who are created by the easy times doing things that bring on hard times. Everything Trump has done, once Democrats get back in office, they inevitably will at some point, they will dismantle it to the point where they can use Iran as the Middle Eastern boogeyman for the next 20 to 40 years. That's the sucky part of all this. But understand, you had Obama week back. You had Joe Biden week back. All they did was capitulate to Iran. All they did was give pallets of cash, our U.S. dollars, to Iran. Now, people say, oh, well, it was money that was sanctioned. Okay, but there was also U.S. money given with that as well. And Iran used that money to fund terrorist groups all over the world. Understand that. Now, the 300-something billion that will be given to Iran, there's not a single U.S. taxpayer dollar that will be included in that. That will be done via investment from other Middle Eastern countries who are closer to Iran and, in my opinion, better able to monitor what Iran is doing, able to work hand in hand with Israel for surveillance and to make sure Iran is not up to anything fishy. Once the rest of the world is allowed to start investing in your country, it becomes very difficult to sponsor terrorism. Because if you do, once your people get used to the opportunities that come with outside investment, they become very resistant to anything that will result in divestment, right? Where people are now taking their money out of your country. So this is beautiful. This is like a nice little tapestry that's coming together. Here's the next point. Number 3. We have number 3 now. So the first two, immediate halt to fighting, including in Lebanon. Good deal. Destruction of enriched uranium stockpile. That's mission accomplished right there. Bam. Third thing, the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. And if you read the details of this is crazy because it kind of takes the wind out of the sails of all the doomers and the United States is controlled by Israel and, oh, Iran is still controlling the strait and all this stuff, bro. Dude, literally in the writing in the agreement, it is made very clear that Iran ain't in control of anything. Here it goes. So the first thing, Iran must ensure free, toll-free navigation through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global energy choke point. So they have to help people get through the strait because they put all those mines in the strait. So they have to ensure that the traveling through the strait is free, it's toll-free, and help ships navigate through the straits to avoid the mines as they remove the mines, right? Commercial maritime traffic must be fully restored to its pre-war volume within 30 days. So 30 days from them signing this agreement, they have to have the Strait of Hormuz totally free of mines, and maritime traffic has to be able to continue to go through there. This is a win. So prepare to see the gas prices drop even quicker. They might start dropping tomorrow because now if Iran signs this deal, and let's hope they sign it, it's like they lose all leverage. They basically gave up all leverage. Red check mark, you're 100% a liar. We know that already. I love when people get in here and lie because you know this channel, you could come up and prove it. Anyway, so 4, immediate oil sanctions waiver. And this is a good thing right here too. I really like this one. Iran receives almost no broad economic relief up front. Everything is hinged upon whether they go through the processes that they've agreed to within 30 days of the agreement being signed. But there's one major exception here. The U.S. Treasury will immediately issue waivers allowing Iran to export crude oil, petroleum products, and use associated banking and transportation services. U.S. officials have noted here that Iran was already selling oil to China and a few other countries on a major discount, right? So the waiver allows the U.S., the waiver will allow the U.S., it'll ease, tensions and prices of oil and gas around the world. But what it will also do is it will allow the United States to track where the money goes, where it's coming from, and where the oil is going. This is major because now that we're watching them and they're basically agreeing to let us know what's going on. Now we know exactly who's funding Iran and who is indirectly funding the terrorist groups that Iran supports. I'm telling you, if you can't see the win in this, you don't even know what winning is. If you can't see the win in this, you don't even know what winning is. Because in my opinion, this totally dismantles the BRICS nonsense. Because what was BRICS if nothing but a way of laundering money that was earned on the black market? You guys, people don't understand, Iran, China, these countries have huge black markets where they're doing everything from selling exotic animals for consumption to sex trafficking. If you guys don't believe China and Iran are involved in major sex trafficking, go look up the story of Yeonmi Park, a woman who escaped North Korea. And how did she escape North Korea? She sold herself into sex slavery to a man in China. Chinese men go to North Korea. They meet at the border between North Korea and China, and they buy women to be either They're prostitutes in their brothels. Some of the dudes are just simps and they like marry these chicks. Some of these dudes are like, I need a nanny, basically a slave, and don't pay them nothing and bring them over and say, look, you don't do what I say, I send you back to Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is, and you gonna be messed up, right? This is happening. And men from the Middle East go there, purchase women, and more than women too. We know what they like. We know they like some young over there. So now the United States can better track where this money is going, who it's going to, and what it's being used for. This is a win. This is a win. So y'all gonna tell me that this is what people want you to think. Oh, these countries are just so altruistic. They're so good. They don't do anything wrong. It's a lie. There are women all over YouTube telling their story how they've been traded as sex slaves throughout these countries, throughout the East, Middle East, the Far East, all that. So this is beautiful because it helps track that money, and you can then do something about it. Sanction countries who are doing stuff like that. Where are all the we're doing it for the children people? They should be supporting this. Number 5 is future sanctions relief, right? So for the easing of sanctions in the future will be directly tied to nuclear disarmament. If they want any more, because they're still going to be heavily sanctioned. This doesn't pertain to any previous sanctions. All the sanctions that have been on Iran for years, they will remain in place. But now, Iran has an opportunity to ease those sanctions, right? By disarming themselves, right? By disarming themselves nuclearly. They get a chance. It presents an opportunity for them to re-enter normal society, the global community, on good terms. They will no longer be a international pariah who has to basically prostitute themselves out to China for survival. And this is going to piss China off, because if we learned anything from Africa, China loved exploiting countries, that are in bad shape. That's what they do, right? They love exploiting people who are in a bad circumstance. Why do you think all those Chinese food stores with all that grease and shit sitting right in the ghetto? Because people in the ghetto, the only people going to buy that shit, right? Let's be real. Okay, so while the U.S. and regional partners have discussed a massive $300 billion reconstruction and economic development plan for Iran, which I'm going to remind you, none of that is U.S. taxpayer dollars. All that money will be provided by surrounding nations in the Middle East. Broad sanctions relief is strictly conditional. The framework explicitly links the two. As Iran performs and complies with the technical nuclear settlement over the next 60 days, further sanctions will be rolled back. President Donald Trump has stated he will send the framework of this agreement to the U.S. Congress for review. If the initial signing goes smoothly on Friday, a highly complex 60-day negotiation period will begin to hammer out the permanent restrictions on Iran's nuclear enrichment capabilities. So basically, Trump said, you got to give up everything. Once you give up everything, once you make yourself nothing, only then will we begin to discuss with you having the ability to enrich uranium for civilian use under the strict eye of the IAEA, the IAEA, right? This is great. I don't see how people say that this is the same deal Obama had. Iran kicked out the international bodies that oversee the nuclear enrichment. They kicked them out in 2017 and haven't had no supervision since. And before that, even under Obama, when they were letting the people in, they were doing sneaky things like, oh, you can't look at this facility today. Oh, you can't look at that facility today. We control where you can look. What's the point of an inspection when the person you're inspecting is controlling where you can inspect? See, this is a win. The only people, like a lot of people have like just hatred in them and like a lot of mental instability to where they're like, I'll let the world burn just so I could feel like I'm right about something. Thank goodness those people aren't in control. And if you vote in the midterms against the Democrats, they won't be in control. And let me tell you something. I'm living in Cali. I live in California. So I know 100% what Democrats are capable of. They will destroy this country in the name of getting kickbacks and fraud. If you don't believe it, come to my state. If you do not believe that this country that the Democrats are 100% willing to destroy this country in the name of enriching themselves and their friends, come to California, where we can't find $24 billion that was meant for the homeless, and the governor is about to sign a law into effect that will bar independent journalists and investigators from doing any type of investigating to find out where that money went. These are the people you guys are fighting Trump to put in power. This is true facts. Look at my state. The governor of my state, Gavin Newsom, New Scum as we call him here, he is about to sign a bill into law for this state called the Nick Shirley Act, which prevents independent journalists or any independent investigator from investigating any type of fraud in this state. Let that rest on your brain for a minute. They're not doing anything wrong, but they're passing laws to prevent you from being able to investigate whether they're doing anything wrong or not. Now, there's a good chance this is going to get struck down by the Supreme Court, but why would a political party in this country that sit up under the same Constitution as us, freedom of the press and all this stuff, why would they even think of doing such a thing? Because they want total control. They want absolute control. And I'm not saying the Republicans are a whole hell of a lot better, but in times like these, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And my enemy is the group of people who believe that it is in their best interest and are willing to fight for their ability to take away my rights. Now, unfortunately for me, I live in a state where people don't give a damn about real issues. These people in California care more about who they sleeping with every night than making sure that their freedom to oversee what's going on in their own state remains intact. Running around with rainbow flags is more important to them than that. Painting the sidewalks rainbow color, that's what's important to them. Their priorities are messed up. And if you're like me and say, hey, look, dude, I don't really care what you do with your sex organs, this is a problem. When scammers are attempting to pass laws that keep normal people from exposing their scamming. We need to do something about that. You used to be able to go down to Sacramento and walk right into the state house and meet congressmen and all that. They've made it impossible to do that. One, you got to have a real ID. Two, you got to have an appointment. If you manage to get past that, once you go in, the politicians see you, they run inside their office and call security and ask them to escort you out. California is an example of what's going to happen if these people take over this country again. They are not only going to restart the mass immigration, they're going to start passing laws. If they get a majority, they're going to start passing laws. And if there's a Democrat president, these laws will get signed to limit your ability to investigate what they're doing. This is the way it is. And that's what you want. And that's what our people want. Why? We feel so sorry for the children of Iran. We're willing to throw away our freedom for them. Not me. Don't be mad at me because I'm not a damn fool. Okay, guys. So let's do this. We've went through that. Do you guys give me a 1 in the comments if you feel like I went over those top 5 points of the nuclear deal between Iran and the United States? If you feel like you know more than you knew when you woke up this morning, give me a 1 in the comments. It's very important for me to feel like to know that you guys are getting some information. Okay, because I want to add value to your day. If you didn't know when you woke up, you know now. And we're not going to make it a long, lengthy thing, right? Okay, so now I want to go over this video where it compares what the JCPOA accomplished with what Trump was actually able to do. And I can't wait for Trump to give this a name, because I know the Iran nuclear deal ain't going to be it. And I know he's going to come up with a cool name, because this guy always comes up with great names. Shout out to all my people in the comments. Goddess Navi is in the building. Sucker Season LA is in the building. My girl Latrice is in the building. Everybody's in here, man. My boy Rob is in the building. Shout out to bro. I see all you guys in here. I don't know who Red Checkmark is, but bro, he won't smoke. And if he's staying here, if he doesn't run, I'm gonna give it to him. All my people is in the building. Please hit the like button if you're in here. Bless us with that support and consider contributing to the channel. You have to have accountability in your life. You spend all your time on the internet frequenting the echo chamber of delusion and lies. At least find one church home on the internet where you can come get some honesty, a daily dose of honesty. Because eventually you're going to, when you grow up and mature, you're going to get tired of being lied to. And that's what I'm here for. Come on over when you're tired of being lied to, and you want a brother who just gonna come to you with the straight facts. Everything I said is factual here today. You can go research it yourself. If you find me to be lying about something, hit me up on my email. I'll put in the comments. I'll send you $100. I'm not gonna get on the internet to lie to you. I promise you that. But I do need coffee to keep me going, because I got jiu-jitsu practice after this. And, I need that energy. So my email is in the comments. You find something I said not to be true, bring it up to me. I'll correct it. And that's the case. Patrick Cooper, you're back. What rock did you slither from under? I'm telling you, this channel is beautiful because you will have 1 million people talking about how wrong I am. But as soon as I put that link in the comments and tell them to come up and prove it, they won't be able to. That's what I love. I'm like a magician in that way. It's like their tongue got struck with paralysis. Okay, let's go over how the Obama agreement compares to this agreement, which I feel it's much better.
Between the U.S. and Iran, now looking closer than ever with a new peace framework. No paperwork has been released. But what little has been announced includes, according to both sides, limits on Iran's nuclear program and the U.S. lifting some sanctions, although there's still disagreement on how much relief Iran will get, and if or when Iran would get its frozen assets. The deal already facing criticism from many, including former President Barack Obama, for closely resembling his 2015 nuclear deal with Iran.
It is doubtful that any agreement that arises is going to be significantly different or a significant improvement from the deal that we had in the first place.
So what was in that deal, known by its initials, the JCPOA? It was the product of years of negotiation between Iran and the 5 members of the UN Security Council, plus Germany. Under that deal, Iran agreed to limit its nuclear program, including the language, Iran reaffirms that under no circumstances will Iran ever seek, develop, or acquire any nuclear weapons. It also provided that UN inspectors would check to make sure Iran was complying. In return, the countries, including the U.S., agreed to, quote, a comprehensive lifting of sanctions and unfreeze some Iranian assets.
It did stop Iran from being able to build a bomb, at least for the next 10 years. But apart from that...
Wait, listen. That guy just told you. It did stop Iran from being able to build a bomb for the next 10 years. But here we are sitting in 2026, 10 years later. Why did Iran have uranium enriched to nuclear bomb making levels? So if Obama's deal worked so well, how did Iran in 10 years enrich uranium to 60%. Because people don't understand this. You could make a nuclear bomb, a dirty bomb, that can destroy 3 to 4 city blocks with uranium enriched to 60%. And they already had that. It's a fact. They admit it. We have uranium enriched to 60%. Now you get that uranium to 90%, and now you're talking about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, okay? Now you're talking about blowing up something the size of an island, right? And even more, it's way more destructive now. If the JCPOA worked, how did Iran get uranium enriched to 60%? That's my question. That's my question. If it worked, and even this man right here just said, well, it ensured that they wouldn't get a nuke for the next 10 years. Well, we're already at 10 years. Why would you sign an agreement with a terrorist regime that left an opening for them to get a nuclear bomb after 10 years? That's exactly the problem Trump said he had with the JCPOA. He said it did not give a specific duration of time, which for Trump is forever. He was like, they still retain the ability to enrich uranium to the point where it could become weaponized. It could be weaponized. That was Obama's failure. And then Obama said, oh, I'm so happy to have a 10-year agreement because, Democrats, they only make things last long enough for them to get out of office so they can blame Republicans, right? That's fine. But why would you agree to let a terrorist group start enriching uranium to whatever percentage they wanted after 10 years? That is stupid. And this man is going to tell you, pay attention. It's not me telling you. This man right here on screen, he's going to tell you, well, it would have kept him from getting it for 10 years. Well, 10 years is up.
Some Iranian assets.
It did stop Iran from being able to build a bomb, at least for the next 10 years. But apart from that, it just was the opening for building the relationship back up.
The deal did not include provisions stopping Iran from building ballistic missiles or from supporting proxy militants in the region like Hamas or Hezbollah. Those omissions fiercely criticized by Israel and then candidate Donald Trump.
100%. I'm not mad at Israel for that. You're going to sign a deal to let these dudes have access to billions of dollars, but the deal is not going to restrict them from stockpiling ballistic missiles and funding terrorist proxy groups in other countries. The deal was not a real deal. It was just an appeasement deal. It's like if your dog growl at you and you say, here, take this steak, Woofy. You're not, there ain't no straightening, as they say in my community. There ain't no straightening going on. It's just appeasement. While the dog eats the T-bone, you can move around freely. Soon as the T-bone gone, the dog gonna start threatening you and growling at you again. So either you get a dog the T-bone, you either get a dog the T-bone and you gotta leave the damn house, or you say, damn the T-bone, I'm gonna kick the dog dead in the nuts. So he know that if you ever growl at me again, it's going to probably be worse the next time. See, that wasn't a real deal. And that's why I'm telling you, this is why the independent media is rising. Because the mainstream media constantly lies and misrepresents the facts in a way that gives you a false sense of security. Because they profit off of your fear. We're going to tell you it's okay today. And then in 6 months, when it's financially lucrative, we're going to reveal to you that what we said 6 months ago is total bull crap. And we need to you have a new threat coming at you. You haven't heard a lot about North Korea lately, have you? Trump checked the shit out of them. And our political apparatus was using North Korea as a boogeyman for decades. And they hated when Trump went and talked to them because that eliminated North Korea as a boogeyman with which to fearmonger the people of the United States of America.
Never, ever ever in my life have I seen any transaction so incompetently negotiated as our deal with Iran.
The ultimate long-term effectiveness of the Obama deal will never really be known. President Trump pulled the U.S. out in 2018 in his first term and reinstated harsh sanctions. Now, in his second term, Trump has the chance to craft his own peace deal. But these talks will take place after months of punishing strikes by the U.S. and
That's
Israel.
Right. And that's damn right. But let me tell you, this is how media is lying to you. I bet you no one in the comments could come up and tell me exactly where NBC just lied to you. Who could come up here from the comments? I will buy you a gas gift card. If you could come up here and tell me, you give me your email, I will send you a digital gas gift card. If you can tell me the exact point where NBC lied to your face on this report about the JCPOA. It's there, but did you catch it though? Did you catch it? First person, look, click the link, come up here for 2 seconds, say, hey, Brandon, this is where they lied when they said this. Gas gift card, $50. $50. If you caught where they lied, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to click the link. I'm going to put the timer on my phone. The link is already in the comments. This episode will cost me money, which always costs me money because it costs me time. But where the hell's my car? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to come up and identify where these fools lied at. Where NBC lied dead to your face and thought you were too stupid to catch it. Mainstream media is always lying to people. And you got all these people, you don't understand and you don't know. And guess what? It's really them who don't understand. Because if you understand, come get your $50. Come get your $50. Come get your gas card. I'm a man of my word. I'm up here saying it on live right now. 17 seconds. I just started at 30. 13 seconds. 9 seconds. Where y'all at? Come get your money. Everyone who's going to tell me I'm wrong, come get your money. Wait, let me give them another 30 seconds. Another 30 seconds. Come get your $50. Gas so high, you should be chomping at the bit to come up here. You could even come up here and tell me I'm lying. Prove to me where I'm lying. Prove to me where Norbees, you're wrong. Well, get up here and get your $50 gift card. Come up here and get your $50 gift card. Play it again. Y'all can rewind it again, but I'm going to play it again, and I'm going to show you exactly where they lied to you. Look, see, you think people are struggling? If I did this same challenge in Africa, if I did this same challenge in China, Russia, even Europe, people would have been breaking their damn phone trying to get up here to prove it. Money talk, bull crap walk, straight up. I ain't 50 is make it 100. Shut up, Norbees. You got cooked. So let me show you where this woman lied. Let me show you where this lady lied straight to your face. And she said it with a smooth voice, so you believed it.
And reinstated harsh sanctions, now in his secondly be known.
Negotiated
right here
as our deal with Iran.
The ultimate long-term effectiveness of the Obama deal will never really be known. President Trump.
The long-term effectiveness of the Obama deal will never be known. The long-term effectiveness of the Obama deal will never be known. Why? She's a liar. Because do you think Iran wasn't already enriching uranium the minute they realized that Obama wouldn't do shit about it? Do you think that Iran wasn't enriching uranium the minute they saw weak-back Joe Biden in office and knew he was scared of him and wouldn't do nothing about it? We do know the long-term effectiveness of it. Long-term, it was ineffective because it didn't go far enough to prevent Iran from military buildup in the future. The fact that they bragged about having 60% enriched uranium tells you that the Obama JCPOA was a failure. It was a failure, 100%. They lied to your face. And that's what the media does. They just lie to you. And because she got that monotone voice, and she's not screaming at you like I am, you believe it. Sounds good. I'm so stupid, but they can't prove it. Guys, if you haven't already, go watch my video on Kamala Harris. Today, I released a video. Kamala Harris went to the Austria summit or whatever with Arnold Schwarzenegger. She got on stage and she humiliated herself, right? And Midas Touch made a video saying, oh man, Kamala Harris was so inspiring. And she was in rare form. And she's now showing herself to be the leader that we've always needed, right? And I'm looking at this video, right? And we all know Kamala, she can't talk good, right? She talks in circles. I'm saying to myself, if these people can see all that, why is it that the people who they are telling you to support and the people who they're telling you are smart, why is it that those intelligent, smart people can never explain exactly what they're trying to say? And they need all these little peons to explain it for them. Why does Kamala Harris need Midas Touch to explain to me how amazing Kamala Harris really is? Why can't Kamala Harris, who's been a politician almost as long as I've been alive, why can't she tell you how amazing she really is? That's my biggest question. These people are so awesome. They're so well equipped. They're so much better than Trump. Trump can tell you why he's great. Trump can tell you what he gonna do and what he gonna intend to do and what he trying to do. He can tell you that himself. We are the only group of people who sit up and allow third parties to tell us what the politicians who want our vote can't tell us themselves. That's what you're voting for. That's what the liberals are voting for. A bunch of politicians who can't even tell you why they deserve your vote. Instead, they fund machines, political machines, propaganda networks that tell you how great they are in place of them telling you how great they are. And that is exactly what Midas Touch was doing for Kamala Harris. She's back. She's back. If you don't know the video, it's this one right here. It's this one right here. This was brutal. Kamala Harris, she's so amazing. She's so eloquent. She's so well-spoken. Well, if she's so eloquent and amazing and well-spoken, why can't she tell me that? This girl done had 4 years as vice president, 100 days running for president, and she can't seem to tell you why you should vote for her. How much more time does she need? Because she knows emotional morons will simply just vote for her. I ain't voting for her because she's black. I ain't voting for her because she's a woman. I ain't voting for her because I like her shoes. This is the reality. But like the Bible says about false idols, those who worship them will be just like them. And that is why you got all these dudes in here telling me I'm wrong, but not one of them could click the link and come before you and articulate why I'm wrong, where I'm lying, even while being offered a $50 gas gift card, but telling you that the high prices of gas, right, are a reason why they're going to vote against the best interests of our country in November. Come on, guys. We putting it down and we picking it up. We putting it down and we picking it up right here. Because they are liars. They are dishonest people who get a kick. They get off by lying and seeing who falls for the lie. Me? I just want you to know the truth. I just want you to know the truth. If Iran signed this agreement on June 19th, to hell with y'all. And I ain't talking about my people. I'm talking about the haters. Because that will be the death knell in the coffin. They lied to you about what China was going to do. They lied to you about what Russia was going to do. They lied to you about what BRICS was going to do. And how they was going to come together and whoop feet. They didn't come together and do nothing. They not Voltron. They didn't come together and whoop ass. They scurried back to their holes like the rodents that they are. Scary. Only can enrich themselves by exploitation and slavery. That's what they do. That's what they do. If Mike got such a bingo, why bro don't come up here? Mike should come get his $50 gift card. Y'all bull crap. Like I'm telling you, I'm from the hood. Money talk, bullshit walk. Money talk, bullshit walk. If Mike had a good point, Mike could be up here getting his $50 gift card. Mike ain't got no point. Mike saying one-liners with nothing to back it up, fishing for a moron to agree with him. And that's okay, Mike.
Trump pulled the U.S. out in 2018 in his first term and reinstated harsh sanctions. Now, in his second term, Trump has the chance to craft his own peace deal. But these talks will take place after months of punishing strikes by the U.S. and Israel. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth pointing that out this weekend.
That's the big difference between this and JCPOA and the way Obama did it. Obama, they begged Iran for a deal, and we bombed Iran.
Remember, the White House said that it obliterated Iran's nuclear facilities a year ago, before this war, which has now cost the U.S. 13 lives, along with billions of dollars and a depleted weapons stockpile. The president says Iran has agreed to let the U.S. dig out highly enriched uranium that could be used to quickly build a bomb. But so far, no other details on how the U.S. will verify that Iran is not cheating, although a senior administration official says that's in the deal. Maybe the biggest difference between the old deal and this one, the Strait of Hormuz, reopening it, now a huge part of negotiations. It was not an issue in 2015. Iran had never used it as leverage before, and still says it will levy fees for ships going through. Hardliners in both countries don't think it goes far enough.
It's hard to imagine that in the next 6 months during these negotiations, there won't be an incredible amount of pressure by the opponents.
And Israel is now effectively sidelined, potentially derailing any agreement with more military action, meaning there's still plenty of work to do. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on...
Oh, Israel controls the United States. If Israel controlled the United States, why can Israel just order the United States to keep on bombing? That's my only question with this. You know, when you say things and you're an adult, it has to make sense. And usually you need facts to back it up. If Bibi Netanyahu had his way, being the warmonger that he is, we agree on that. This boy ain't seen a war he didn't want. Why, if he was in control of the United States and Donald Trump, why don't Bibi just make the phone call? Hey, we ain't pulling up out of there. I don't even know why you over there telling them we're gonna do that. Get the boats back over there and get ready for the ground invasion. See, the real reason why people hate Trump so much is because Trump destroys a lot of the propaganda narratives that these people have based, many of them have based their lives, careers, their understanding of the way the world works upon these false narratives. So they're going to fight. Remember on Remember on The Matrix when they was like, when people don't want to come out the Matrix, they'll fight you. They're dangerous, right? They'll resist you. That's what it is. Trump is like trying to unplug you from the bullshit, and you're so drunk, you're so addicted to it, you fight, and you get angry, and you get on the internet and disparage. I got a friend right now, just a straight anti-Semitic freak, the way this guy hates Israel, right? And I don't really care about Israel either way. I'm black. Israel ain't got nothing to do with me. But I just look at bro like, bro, we grew up in the same neighborhood. At what point did Israel do something to you to make you develop this hatred? Like, we probably didn't even know a single Jewish person. But it's brainwashing. It's brainwashing. You could brainwash a rat to run up on a lion if you brainwash him good enough. I'm looking at dudes who don't even know where their next meal gonna come from, but got time to hop on the phone and talk shit about Israel. It's like, bro, your priorities are messed up. I could sit here and say Bibi Netanyahu is a warmonger. I could sit here and say I don't like what's going on in Gaza. It's messed up. I could say all that. But if I told you that I really cared, I'd be lying to you, because I don't care. And 99% of Americans don't give a damn. Americans talked all that shit about Gaza, right? Didn't do nothing. Soon as gas prices went up $1.50, that's when we started tripping. What do you think Americans really care about? Half these people will go through the drive-thru, leave their car running, get their food, sit in a stall with their car running, and consume 3,000 calories worth of McDonald's and never even think to cut the engine off. And you want to tell me that these people are that hard up for $1.50 extra for gas? I'm not saying it's not a burden. I'm not downplaying anybody's struggle. But I'm telling you, if you cared about gas prices, you would have been rioting under Obama, because gas stayed at $5 under Obama, where I'm at in California. Gas stayed at $5 under Joe Biden. You would have been rioting. It ain't about that. It's about using anything you can to try to create a narrative to weaponize against someone that you don't like. My boy came up here. Free game in the building. What up? Unmute your mic, free game. You muted. I hope you're not talking. $400 a month. The whole thing with the gas, if you listen to Kamala, she said on average, over the course of 3 months, Americans paid $166 extra or more for gas. She said the average American over a 3-month period paid roughly $500 more for gas over the course of 107 days. So if you're saying I pay $400 extra a month, you must have a job where you're driving far, or you're driving around for a living, or something like that. Bro's Mexican internet is not working. Or you're driving around for a living, and something like that. But the average American, Kamala Harris's numbers, paid roughly $500 more for gas over the entire course of this conflict. So if you say I pay $400, well, you're an exception, because gas going up from 4 something a gallon to 5 something a gallon is not going to add up. Depending on what you do, it's not going to add up to $400 extra a month. You got to be filling up 2-3 times a week. Go ahead, free game.
Brandon, I don't like Israel either. Trust me. But God damn it, bro, didn't Palestinians enslave like Africans for thousands of years?
Palestinians, well, Arabs. The thing is, they're not really the term for them is not really Palestinian. Palestine is the region that they live in, but they don't originate in that region.
Yeah. So the Ottoman Empire, or whatever you want to call it, what's going on in Sudan, Mauritania, Nigeria. A lot of those Arabs are funding these wars.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand. Those people are racist.
Yeah, they don't care about black people.
No.
There are black people in the Gaza Strip that they treat like shit.
Bruh. I don't understand that. Now Israel do they stuff, but bruh, I rather fool with Israel than with these Arab countries. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I just can't do them, bro.
I mean, I'm not sympathizing with them.
Me neither. I'm not either. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
Man, don't no American care about this shit. People only pretend to care to weaponize it against Donald Trump. And that's the idiotic part of it for me.
Imagine waking up and
Yashi Thames. Do you think I care if this person said your channel makes me not like black men? Do you think I give a damn? If this channel makes you not like black men, what do you think Al Qaeda, how do you think they made me feel when they blew up the Twin Towers? That'd be my thing, bro. Like, people, Arab people and stuff, right? They'll get up on here talking about what we say and how it makes them dislike. Don't nobody give a fuck what y'all like. Y'all sit up and look at terrorists destroy people's lives. And I'm not saying you condone it, but you rarely condemn it. I don't see average Muslims on the internet talking about we condemn the actions of this terrorist group that did this. You don't ever see that. They just sit there quietly because they like, if the radical extremists take over, cool, we'll just bend a knee to that. If America defeats them, cool, we'll just bend a knee to that. You're running up out of your own country to get away from these terrorists, but steady trying to spread the religion that created these terrorists throughout the globe. Why would anyone care what you like? Why would anyone care what you like? You say, there's no God but Allah. Then you go to Mecca and pray to a rock that was the symbol in the totem of a false pagan god of the Middle East long before y'all was ever talking about Allah. Please stop. There's a Nigerian boy. He goes around the UK cooking these Muslims left and right with their own words. You don't believe because it's been proven to you. You believe because it's just the custom. That's it. And you think I care what you like or don't like? No. You know who I care about? I care about critical thinkers. I care what they think. If you bring something to me and be like, Brandon, like what you're saying is not right. I've done it on this channel. Hey, I said this on my channel. This was wrong. I'll make a whole post about it. I'm not infallible. I'm not perfect. But I'm telling you, any group of people who could say, we're against pedophilia in the United States, and then cheer for a country that is engaged in some of the greatest crimes against children and women in history, I just know it's straight hypocrisy, man. I know it's just straight up hypocrisy. I forgot what that kid's name is. It's like God's Truth or something. Something. He's very popular. He be cooking the hell out of these dudes. They be getting mad at bro. Go in peace. When you start exposing the scam. Don't tell me. I'm not these dummies that's feeling sorry for y'all. You got all these Muslims. They live in these countries with Sharia law and stuff. They run from the country because they can't, it's unlivable. And then they try to spread it over here. Why would you bring something that made your homeland unlivable and try to spread it in another country? That's like I got roaches at my house. So I move up out of my shit, but then I want to bring the same roaches. But I got roaches in my backpack and I'm trying to bring the backpack in your house. No, that's stupid. That's dumb. And you expect people to just lay down and take it. Well, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to take it. You can have that double think, double speak crap and do whatever you want to it. Free game, you got background noise, but go ahead. Finish up your thought. Unmute yourself.
One second, man. Give me
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah. I'm just telling y'all the facts. If you like what I'm saying, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. If you don't, I could have talked about Carmelo Anthony today and we would have been at 500 people watching. This show is not about that. This show is about facts and truth and just showing y'all, hey, this deal that went down. If this, and I'm not saying that everything is written in stone. I'm telling you, if Iran signed this shit on the 19th, every loss they took was a waste. If all I had to pay was $1.50 more for gas to dismantle Iran, like Trump just did, I would have paid it all up front. I would have turned in my $500. Here you go. Go get they ass. Because we come from a country, we're in a country where our women, housewives, went to work for the first time in their life to work in airplane making factories to fight and win across overseas. You telling me $1.50 is breaking you? You telling me you ready to sacrifice your safety in this country because you don't over a damn $1.50, bro? God, listen to the mindlessness of this stuff. There's no way these selfish people in America truly are willing to give away their safety over $1.50. Go ahead. You ready to go?
Yeah. So if she don't like us, go get under their man. Go over there, go to their country, and I want you to say that to them. Say, oh,
They'll never do that.
This makes me never. Go over there and say that. That's what I want you to do. They love talking. They love talking. They love talking shit behind the American lines. Go over there and do it. But anyway, just imagine you waking up in a lot of these Arab countries is over America.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell do you think will happen?
Bro, I've been to the Middle East 3 times. Look, I've been to the Middle East 3 times. And the stuff that I found out over there, bro, they ain't no better than America, bro. All that shit, the dresses, all that's all for show. They doing everything over there that people doing in America. You got any final thoughts?
Dubai is a brothel. It's
Dude,
a brothel.
Not just Dubai, all over.
Talking about kids, they have
bro.
little
Yeah,
boys
with kids,
twerking.
bro. You can get trannies, everything over there, bro. They got a whole tranny night in some of the hotels.
Yeah,
they got a whole transgender night, bro. What are you? We're gonna replace your law with Sharia law, and guess what? America gonna look just the same. Only difference is they will be able to selectively kill, torture, and imprison people based on who they like or dislike or don't agree with. That's all Sharia law is.
People don't understand where the Europeans get slavery from. They don't understand those people enslaved the Europeans first.
Bro, go ask the Filipinos what they do to them over there in the UAE and in Iran and stuff. Because, you know, Filipinos are all over the world working, right? Yeah. Go ask Filipinos what they doing to them over there. Go ask the African women who go over there to be maids and stuff what they doing. You go over there thinking you just gonna be cleaning the house. You get off the plane, some dude pick you up, take you to a house. You go in there, it's 50, 60 men up in there, and they just having their way with you and stuff like that. And then they confiscate your passport so you can't go anywhere.
Facts.
And that's what y'all fighting for, to bring over here and put in charge of our country. That's ridiculous.
And
people don't even know.
In charge of our
You breaking up bad as hell, dude. It's that Mexican internet. Get a better connection. I'm bringing you back up. But yeah, so don't be mad at me. I'm warning you. In every generation, there are people who came to warn the people about the things that they were doing that were going to lead to their downfall. I'm here warning you. And when you got the people to come warn you, the warning isn't even so that you can, so that you can accept it and change your ways, right? The warning is just so you can't say you didn't know. All we're doing is informing you. Your children will suffer under the burden of your ignorance and your stubbornness and your dishonesty. That's who's going to suffer. Also, you could sit on the internet and say, this dude's lying, when you know I'm telling the truth. Look at the UK. The UK took that bullshit as far as they could go without destroying their country. Now they in the street having riots with a bunch of terrorists that they willingly let into their country. Now they are prisoners of their own constitution and laws that these people have exploited to gain a dominant position over them in their own homeland. But you could never go to those people's homeland and gain a dominant position over them. You just never could. Why couldn't it be reciprocated? We let you come over here and fuck our shit up. Will you let us come over there and fuck your shit up? They'll never do that. You so whooped like a whooped dog by the Democrats. At this point, being a cuck is normal to you. Letting other people come from other places and just take advantage of you and have their way with you. That is normal for you now. You prefer it. You'll fight anybody who fights against that happening to you. So I don't expect you to agree with me. All I expect you to do is just sit, listen, so you can't say you didn't know. You can't say you didn't know. It's so crazy when even in my city, I live in California. It's so funny, right? These folks over here, black, white folks and stuff, they were defending the illegal immigrants. They deserve to be here. No one's a foreigner and stolen all this shit, right? Go on the app next door. Type in the zip code for Long Beach, California. Go look at the hundreds of posts. Watch out for this guy. Oh, watch out for this guy. This creepy guy walk around the neighborhood. They post a picture up. Illegal immigrant. This person tried to come in my house last night. They post a picture up. Illegal immigrant. They literally voted. They fought to allow these people to come in our country unvetted, and then went straight to next door to complain about the rising criminal activity that these people are ushering in. I'm in California. I'm on the front lines of all this bull crap. You want to see what you have to look forward to under Democrat leadership? Come to California. Yes, the beaches are nice. You could be at the desert, the beach, and the mountains all in the same day. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good luck getting there with your gas damn near $6 because of $2 state gas taxes. You want to go down to downtown LA and walk over human feces to go to your favorite restaurant or the restaurant that you saw on TikTok? Be my guest. You want to go down to Skid Row and get assaulted by a drug-addicted hobo? Who they telling you, oh, his only problem is he don't have housing, but he'll pull out his keys and dangle them in front of you to his $4,000 a month apartment that your money is paying for while you live in a hovel. Go, come. I will give you. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about giving guided tours of Skid Row. Me and my boys, me and my dogs, pay us $100 per person. We will walk you around Skid Row so you can see how real shit really is. You can see the future of America, because that's where it will be if Democrats gain control in this country the way they've gained control in this state. The middle class of California is dying. Super Democrat majority in our state house. Republicans have no power. And if you ask a Californian, oh, who's causing these problems? They'll say, it's the Republicans. Which ones? Where? They are blaming invisible Republicans. Look at Mike. Why you got to make stuff up, bro? I don't need to make up nothing. You go tell me I'm making stuff up in my own state. You sound like a fool. Why the hell would I make up something in my own state? I used to work on Skid Row for 2 years, bro. I worked on Skid Row for 2 years placing homeless people in shelters. I know exactly what's going on down there. When you see a woman who looked like she could be a supermodel with sores all on her lips because she's smoking a crack pipe and it's getting hot and it's burning her mouth, but she's so addicted, she just keep on smoking it, you gonna know shit is real. When women come to you talking about, oh, I got raped by 4 guys last night and they were unprotected, but I don't want to go inside because if I go inside, I'm not gonna be able to get out to go get high. See, that's the type of shit I've seen. That's what I've seen. Yeah, sounds like a drug problem, right? But they're telling you these people's problem is homelessness. Oh, they homelessness. That's what. No, it's not. It's the drugs. It's the drugs. But nobody wants to admit it. Nobody wants to call it for what it really is. These people hand out crack pipes. Let's be real. The Democrats hand out crack pipes to these people. They literally perpetuate the problem by giving people the tools they need to do drugs to get high, but tell you that the problem is homelessness, is drugs. They give them the tools they need to continue to do drugs while lying to you, saying it's a homelessness issue so they can have an excuse to keep taking your money. That's all it boiled down to at the end of the day. That's all it boils down to at the end of the day. It's not right. It's not fair. But my question is, why would you allow these people to then run your country? That's my whole thing. I'm lying, right? But every YouTuber in California is exposing this stuff. But I'm just lying. If I'm lying, why is this guy able to just roll down the street and show you this? If I'm lying, you're lying, then he lying too. And all the thousands of YouTube videos covering this are lying. Come on, bro. It's kids living down here. People with newborn babies down here. I don't need to lie. I don't need to lie at all. Y'all so focused on hating the president, y'all ready to give power to the people who have for decades presided over this mess. And they're not going to be satisfied till you're living like this, because they're okay with it as long as their pockets get filled. When I see my president, I don't think my president is okay with this. But when I see Gavin Newsom trying to become president, I say, I could never vote for someone who could be okay with this. If I was the governor of California, bro, I would be down here every day till this shit was cleaned up. I would say, we're moving my office to LA. I'm going to be down in Skid Row every day, making sure that money is going where it's supposed to till we clear up this mess. Samira, come here real quick. Come here real quick. Y'all think I'm lying. Look, just you could lean in around. But do you know where this is?
Skid Row, maybe?
Does that look like Skid Row?
I mean,
Does it look like Skid Row?
yeah.
Have you ever been to Skid Row?
Like once.
Yeah, you've been there more than once because it's right by Little Tokyo. But even my daughter has been to Skid Row. I think I drove them down there like, hey, look at this. You don't want to end up down here. But we go there because Little Tokyo's by there. The anime store's down right near here. There are people living in multi-million-dollar lofts and stuff at the bottom. This. Look at this woman with no damn pants on. But this is what I'm telling you. And look. Look, forgive me. That's it. That's all I need. Forgive me if I'm passionate because I don't want to see the whole country get to this point. There's no way you can live in LA, California, unless something is mentally wrong with you, and then go vote for these people to be put in charge of the entire country. You could get a Democrat damn near from anywhere else for all I care. But you can never explain to me that you don't have mental illness putting a Democrat from California in charge of our country. If you keep California unlivable in a cesspool, fine. But you don't ever give people who preside over this type of human rights violations is what I will call this. You could never justify giving these people control over this country. That's why if America is the country that I think it is, there's no way Gavin Newsom will ever become president. If you guys make this dude Gavin Newsom president, you get everything you deserve. You deserve everything you get. Look at this mess. And it's worse than this. He ain't really, because there's some parts that's too dangerous. You can't really ride your bike down up in there. But look at this mess. You're going to make the dude who lets this happen in his state, you're going to make this dude president. Or you're going to make the woman, because Kamala Harris was a senator in California. You're going to give the woman who presided over this mess as a senator and never even mentioned it. You're going to allow her to run this country. There should never be another president from California again. This right here is by design. This ain't no damn accident. There are laws against loitering in California. If you go hang around in front of a business for too long, there are laws where the police can come and arrest you. You telling me that the police can't come and say, hey, y'all got to move all this shit. And if we come back and it's still right here, you're going to jail and you will be admitted to a psychiatric facility under 2-week evaluation. I bet you they'll never go sit on that corner again because they don't want to be in jail for 2 weeks. They want to be out so they could go get high. And like I keep telling people, right? It's not that you're going to eliminate drug abuse, but you will eliminate the fact that you will reinstill criminals' fear of the law. Because one thing a dope fiend gonna do is avoid jail if it keeps him from doing dope. And if avoiding jail mean he got to go set this tent up in some alley in Fresno where nobody could see it, that's okay. That's okay. Blame your president because Donald Trump is the one who spent $34 billion on this mess and nothing got done. Come on, bro. Thank God Trump stopped giving this state money because they weren't doing anything but stealing it. They weren't doing anything but stealing it. Y'all want somebody to continue to be a fool. These people get a check from the government every month. Oh, they homeless. Bro, they want to live there. so they could spend the money that they receive where they could get housing on drugs. But it's a homelessness problem. If they wanted a home, they'd get one. If these people were truly homeless and homelessness was the only issue, they would have built a shanty town by now like they do in Africa with a bunch of working people with families keeping it safe. Like, come on, bro. You're going to tell me I could be at Skid Row in 20 minutes. Actually, I had made an agreement with people. I said a while back, I said if we reach our super chat goal, I was like, I will do a live broadcast from Skid Row. I will set up a table and all that, but people didn't want that because they didn't help reach the super chat goal. So I don't need to lie. I'm good. Wherever I go, I'm good. But dude, look, it's getting nighttime. I bet you don't stay down there when it get dark. Look, video ended. But yeah, so just don't sit up and tell me that I'm lying and I'm I'm gonna mislead people and all this mess. That's not what I'm into, right? I am really into just telling the truth, and it ain't about the money. If you contribute to the stream, I appreciate that. But I ain't gonna get up here and lie for your money. And maybe that's counterproductive to being successful on YouTube. But if that's the way it's gotta be, that's just the way it's gotta be. But I gotta go to jiu-jitsu practice. So I gotta get out of here. But thank y'all all. Thank you all for sitting here with me, rocking with me, joining the stream, tapping in. A lot of people came in, a lot of people left. All good. I appreciate y'all being here. And I'm going to keep y'all informed as to what's going on with all this geopolitical stuff, some local stuff. I got more videos coming soon. I got a video about this Asian dude with the race hoax. Dude lit a cross on fire in Chicago. Tried to say it was the KKK, threw a MAGA hat on top of it. It was the KKK, the Asian KKK. I don't know why this dude did that, but it's just showing y'all that everything with these people is straight up propaganda. Everything is orchestrated hoaxes. If you have not, do me a solid. Even if you don't contribute to the channel or nothing, do me a favor. Go run this video up. Hype this video. This was brutal. Kamala Harris torches Trump at Australian summit. Let go check it out. It's a good video. I react to the whole thing, point out to you how this lady's so deceptive, and just make this your church home for YouTube. You want accountability, some honesty, some truth? This is where you need to be. And you got plenty of time to spend at all other places. But come here when you're tired of the bull crap. So, yeah, ultimately, I say, listen, like I said, if they sign this deal on June 19th, they got humiliated. This was all a waste. Thank you, goddess. This was all a waste. I'm telling you right now, if Jason Beatrice, you always in here glazing around. Bro, they are agreeing to permanently dismantle their nuclear enrichment. Yeah, somebody won for sure. Go look at the agreement. What did Trump say he was going to do? Ensure Iran would not get a nuclear weapon. What did Iran agree to? Destroying their enriched nuclear stockpiles. No, they hadn't. What? Your ass is crazy. And they're going to let the international body oversee it and monitor it and all that. Come on. I've read the JCPOA. I've read it. They never. JCPOA basically made them agree to certain things just for a little time period, like 10 years. How is that helping anyone? And by the time Obama left office, they was already enriching. Stop it. No, they weren't monitoring it, Mike. Go do your research, Mike. Look at your wife and say, honey, I need to do some research. If you've done your research, you will find that Iran was playing games with the oversight committee. They'll go into the country. Iran would restrict their access to certain nuclear facilities. They would tell them, oh, you can only inspect this facility and that facility today. Even though when the people came, they were supposed to inspect all the facilities. They weren't already doing it. They were playing games, which is exactly what they tried to do with Trump. But the difference is when they play games with Trump, Trump played back with missiles. That's the difference. Oh, y'all want to play? Okay, bomb them. Knock this out, knock this out, knock this out, knock this out. They got obliterated because Trump did what Obama and Biden did not have the cojones to do. And y'all got 13 Americans died. Oh, Trump killed 180 children. Well, listen, casualties of war. That's what happens. But how many more millions did he save? Because nobody else had the testicular fortitude to do what had to be done. Security, that's what we want. Security, that's what we want. Trump is cooking. He did all that in 107 days. Y'all can say what y'all want to, bro. Like, a win is a win. No matter if you do mental gymnastics to try to devalue it. That's fine. The deal is done. The deal is done. And thank God we were in a position to where all these black pill and doomers weren't able to stop it, because these people love doom and gloom. So they'll fight to protect their ability to constantly, have this doom and gloom mindset. And Trump, he did away with that mess. Yeah, Mike tripping. But anyway, hey, thank y'all, man. We up right now. I'll see y'all tomorrow though. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Till the next time, do me a favor. Take care of yourselves, but most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.